Hi friends, welcome to the Mastermind Moments podcast.
Hosted by your pals, Josh and Sasha.
Join us during our weekly mastermind as we collaborate on how to make the most out of our lives.
Not only are we going to mastermind our careers, we're going to work on all areas of life together.
Let's do it. Listen in as we make the most of our mastermind moments.
Hello, everybody. Just a quick note about this episode. I am so sorry. We ended up losing Josh's audio about 36 minutes into this episode. So that's kind of when I go on about my life anyway, but obviously his responses were kind of lost in the translation. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. The audio is a little off because Josh was traveling, but we will forgive him because he needed to totally take a break and enjoy his travels. So hope you guys enjoy this episode, and let's get into it.
Hi.
Hello, good morning. And it is morning for both of us.
I know. I don't think we've ever been on the same time zone recording this podcast.
No, not while we've been recording.
No.
Obviously, but in Europe especially, it's been a bit too rare.
Yeah. Oh my God. So there's so much to chat about. You have to get off swiftly in an hour. I was like, oh, I wonder if he could talk for longer. We can make it a two-parter because there's so much to chat about. But I guess not. It's fine. Oh my God. Hi.
Hi, and I think since we've been recording, probably the longest run without talking.
I think so. I think the only other time we've gone like multiple weeks without recording was when I had tech issues and then you forgot. So it was like 2 weeks in a row we couldn't record, but I think we FaceTimed still. I think we still talked.
Yeah, I think we just did. So anyway, this feels very makeshift. And they're not even air. They're like cheap versions. Sounds like hopefully it might do the job.
Yeah, well, let's paint the scene. Josh is in Italy right now. I'm in Paris. You just got back from what, like a 2-week trip to Southeast Asia?
Yeah, 2.5 week trip. I wanted to do it a bit longer, but I figured I start my new job on Monday and next day, and I could really do with the time to recover and get night time. Right. So right now I'm fine. I'm wide awake because in Southeast Asia it's still right.
Yeah.
But it gets to 3 p.m. and I am dead. Like I'm so dead. So imagine if that was happening while I'm at work and my new job. So I'm hoping that I can just reset and catch up to sleep because I didn't get much sleep. Yeah.
So you're jet lagged right now.
Very jet lagged.
Well,
I'm okay now. Okay, right, this fine.
okay.
If we were recording this in the afternoon.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. Okay, so when was the last time we talked? Because we haven't voice messaged at all, really. I can't remember, like, where was I? I couldn't have been in New York. It was after that. No, we recorded while I was in Savannah.
I think that might be it. I think that might have been it.
Okay.
Because we recorded while you were at Cavi's.
I was definitely in Savannah when we talked. I remember.
That might have been cool. Yep.
Yeah, so we missed the whole family wedding situation and then moving to Paris for me, and then for you, the whole trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And you were about to start your job.
we barely spoke much.
Yeah, like we did not talk. And it's been so long. I've been looking forward to this for so long. I was like, I need to freaking talk to Josh. It's been so long. Before we get into all of the dirty details about everything, let's spin a wheel. Okay, physical health. What keeps you motivated to exercise regularly?
I've been asking myself this question a lot actually recently because I've lost a lot of weight recently. I've lost pretty proud of that. A good pace physically at the well, not the lot of weeks, but we won't get into that. But I look in the mirror and I'm like, I'm still not aesthetically where I want to be, and it drags me down a bit and demotivates me. And it makes me ask the question, am I doing this because I want to look good? or am I doing this because I want to keep feeling good? And I think actually the real answer is I want to feel good. And exercising and eating healthy, it really does keep me feeling good, right? Mentally, I feel better than ever when I'm in a healthy physical space. And though I think that's the short answer, is that it doesn't really matter how my body's looking and what clothes I'm fitting into, as long as I feel good, right? That's all that matters. And it was interesting. I was watching I'm Not Your Guru. I'm the
Yeah.
Tony Robbins Netflix movie a couple of months ago with Steve. And there's a scene towards the beginning where he's like getting pumped up before he goes to Date with Destiny, before he starts the crazy week of Date with Destiny. Obviously Tony Robbins is, in my opinion, the epitome of physical health, right? Like
Yeah.
he eats healthily, he's so health centered, right?
Yeah.
But there's a scene where he like runs from like he runs into the cold plunge. And I was looking at his body, I was like, that's not like a particularly desirable body, right? In the nicest way. I hope he does listen to this, but doesn't get. Yeah, he doesn't have the most desirable body. Like it's not toned. Like there is body fat, right? And he's big and he's muscular, of course, but it's not toned. And yet he feels great. He looks great on the surface when he does. And I still aspire to be in a physical health space like that. So I looked at that and I was like, that's what I want to be. I want to be able to feel physically good and actually know that I'm physically healthy and maximize it. Because to get
Yeah.
your body toned like that, not easy. You have to really fix your diet, cut down on well, you have to cut, and that's not particularly fun. That doesn't make you feel good necessarily. So the long and short is that what motivates me to stay physically healthy is just that feel good. You feel so good. That point feels.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. We'll get into it too, like up and down with the physical health stuff for months at this point. You guys have heard it. But yeah, right. For me, it's always been my clothing. It's always been my clothing, like my love of fashion, my love of my clothing, my wardrobe. Like when I can fit into my stuff, and not only when I can fit into my stuff, but when it feels comfortable and it looks good, there's nothing better to me. There was nothing more upsetting to me when I was at my heaviest. I couldn't fit into my favorite pair of jeans. And I remember putting them back on for the first time, like not even being able to put them back on, but being able to button them up again for the first time in 2-3 years. And I started sobbing. Like I started sobbing tears of joy and pride in myself because it took so long to get back into them. And truly, that's been the most amazing thing. And I'm wearing clothes now that I wore when I was like 19 or 20, and it feels really good. And I'm like back on the track, and we'll get into it, but it's always been clothing for me. Like feeling good, yes, and like when I feel good, it's amazing. But like the way I see it and the way I feel it is typically through what I wear.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's, yeah, and I've noted that because we've had the conversation that that's more about your clothes, how you're not thinking or different can fit into. That seems to be what you measure your physical health on the world admire.
Yeah.
So I have to agree with that.
Yeah. I feel like it's much healthier for me to measure with clothing than it is for me to measure with a scale, because I feel like the scale isn't always, especially for women too, like the scale isn't always an accurate representation about like how physically fit you are, because especially with your period, like you vary so much in a month, in a week's time. So for me, clothing, I'm like, I have certain pieces of clothing that are like markers for me. So like certain like pairs of jeans or skirts or whatever, where I'm like, oh, this feels like tight, this feels loose. And like, that's how I know like how I'm feeling is based
Yeah.
on these like key pieces of clothing.
Yeah. I think I'm the same in some ways. I never used to be like that because I wasn't before, and I definitely was fat a couple of months ago. I was not in a good space. Weight. But over the last couple of months, I've noticed that a lot of my trousers don't fit anymore. They're so loose that I physically can't wear them even out. And I only took one pair of trousers. But I only took one pair of trousers to Southeast Asia because I was like, it's going to be hot. I'm not going to need to wear trousers. or anything long sleeve. But I thought, just in case, I need to go to temples or I need to go to a nightclub that doesn't necessarily take short. I didn't bring a belt because I thought those trousers just fit me. They fit me normally.
Yeah.
And I had to wear them a few days whilst during heat. And they were just falling down the whole time. They were so loose. And
That's
it
so
was,
funny.
yeah, I know, but I was like, I really lost weight. It was months ago where these fit perfect. So that was, and I actually weighed with them yesterday for the first time. Get to a pharmacy to weigh myself. And I've maintained my weight over the last few weeks. In fact, I've lost maybe 200 grams. But I've maintained my weight, which really feels good. I thought I would have put weight on over the last few weeks
Yeah.
and lost the progress that I had gained over the last couple of months. But
Yeah. Okay, let's get into it. Tell me about your trip. And just tell me about like how you're doing in general, your trip, like everything. I need to know.
yeah, I'm good. And the trip was amazing. It was exactly what I wanted. I went into it, spoke with others just before I went off with anxiety that it was causing me and the uncertainty around hostels, what I was doing. And actually, the way that I planned it in the end was perfect. I meticulously put everything in the box. Hotels, no hostels, just hotels. I planned everything I was doing, the tours, and it was just amazing. I really felt like a very good life. What I wanted. It was exhausting. It was absolutely exhausting. I didn't get sleep. I didn't get to sleep. Like I was waking up at kind of 6, 7 most days, 7 at the latest. There was one day, and I think this was the only day that I really screwed up, and it made me see that I don't have the energy that I used to have when I used to travel. There was one day where I booked a 5 a.m. flight and no hotel to the place I was. So 5 a.m. flight. My plan was literally a day trip to this place, and then I was flying out from that place at 11 to another place. And it killed me. It absolutely killed me. It was a 5 a.m. flight, so I had to be up at 2. And it was so hot. And the place I was going, I thought it was great for a day trip because it's like beautiful, but there's not much to do there.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a day trip. Like I'd seen it all by 11, 12 p.m. Like it was, I was ready to go. So I screwed up, but it was only one day. And I'm still glad I did it. I don't regret it because I got to see a couple of extra places that I wouldn't have otherwise. So yeah, it was a really good trip. And generally speaking, did well off the back, ready to take the world. And I went on Monday and they've just sent me through a bunch of information about and stuff. And it's like, I'm not dreading going back to work, which is a nice feeling because I think in the past, like I've been nervous, dreaded starting a new job, but I think I'm in such a healthy headspace at the moment that I'm actually really looking forward to it. And I'm ready to take this very new challenge that I've taken. Really, what I was doing before was corporate, like a big corporate company. Like, there's a real a lot of skills, including network. Most exciting for me is to go in and network and really try and build my presence within the company that I rest. Yeah, so it's a really exciting. So glad I managed to have these few weeks between the jobs.
Yeah.
It was really important. Met some really cool people while I was traveling, as you always do.
Yeah.
And how crazy is so there was this one trip, one tour I did, where there were these 2 Canadian girls who were really sweet. We got on really well, exchanged Instagrams. And one of the things they said to me, because this was quite early on in the trip, it was like the first few days, and they asked me about, we got talking about hostels, and I was like, I decided not to stay in hostels on this trip because they felt like I'd already be one of the older people in the hostel. And they were like, you have to stay at a hostel. How are you going to meet people? And I was like, well, how have I met you guys? How have everyone we've met today? And they were trying to convince me to stay at a hostel. And like, it made me feel a bit, should I be staying in a hostel? Maybe that I didn't, but again, I don't regret it.
Yeah.
But at the airport on the way back, so on the way here, I had a layover in Oman, and I
Okay.
landed, and I just went on Instagram. I was scrolling Instagram while eating my lunch, and I saw that they had both posted that they were in Muscat, which is the capital of Oman. And they were like in the city centre, and I replied to one of their stories, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm here for a layover. Just a couple of hours. So I'd love to come back to Oman because I've heard it's amazing. Let me know how it is." And they didn't reply, but I was walking to my gate to go and board the plane, and they were there. So we'd met in Cambodia, and then we just bumped into each other at the airport in Oman, and they were like, "So did you end up staying at a hostel?" And I was like, "Well, no. I stayed at only hotels." And they were like, "Oh, that's such a shame. You should have stayed at hostels. It would have been much more social." And I was like, "Yeah, but I actually don't regret it. I had such a good time in hotels. It was so nice to be able to go and be social during the day and then come back and just have my own space to relax."
Yeah.
Like I didn't feel lonely really. Maybe one or two times, but it felt like I got my social bit. It's been a nice hotel.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I don't regret it at all. Yeah, go on.
I think it's really interesting that these girls specifically gave you a hard time about the thing that you were really anxious about before you left.
Yeah.
I don't want to say, oh, it was the universe like speaking through them, but these two girls literally gave you a hard time about the thing that you were freaking out about. And in the end, you looked them dead in the face and you were like, oh, I don't regret it. Like, I don't regret what I did. Like, I made the right decision.
Yeah.
And that's really cool.
It's funny how I bumped into them like at the end of the trip, right? To summarize, to remind me, actually, yeah, I did it the right way, even though I had doubt and they had doubts and they were instilling doubt in my mind. Like I still didn't regret it. It was like a nice reminder. That's a good question. Yeah. Funny how the universe works.
Yeah,
Um,
actually.
And I think that's pretty much it, really. I think one other cool story about in line with manifestation. Throughout the whole trip, I stayed in pretty nice hotels. There were like one or two that were really shitty. And they were the cheapest, of course, but they just weren't. Like, noise blew through the walls. And I was so exhausted by the end of the trip. And I got to my final stop in Malaysia. I was like, I just need to relax. I don't really want to do much sightseeing. I really hope. And I was literally on the plane. I was flying over. What would be so nice is just like a nice, like just imagining myself having such a good night's sleep, right? Just living in a nice hotel, not just like a small hotel room, which is like, stayed in nice hotels, but small hotel rooms.
Yes.
Anyway, I check in. I walked into the hotel and I was like, "Oh my god, this is so the bar the night." And I checked in, and the guy's, "Well, so we've got you down in a king room at the moment. So you've got a king room, but I'm actually going to give you an upgrade to a king suite." And I felt so tired. I was just like, nice, that's great. I didn't really think about what that meant. And I went up to the room, and it was unbelievable. Like, it was the nicest hotel room I've ever stayed in, and I've stayed in some nice rooms, but this was the nicest hotel room I've ever stayed.
Oh my God.
It
Send
had,
pics.
I took a video. I did a video tour
Yeah.
of me like using my real estate experience, trying to sell it to people.
Please send it to me.
I'll send
Also
it to you.
put it on the social media.
Yeah, okay. I'll send it to you because it was unbelievable. It was just so cool. I think because I'd spent not that much money, and I looked it up after. I think I'd spent about $80 on it for the night, and I looked it up after, and the room was worth about $350.
Wow.
And one of my dreams has always been that I have an apartment or a hotel room or just stay somewhere. You have floor to ceiling windows, but like panoramic. So you're on like a corner plot in your block, right?
Yeah.
And you've got just the view all around you, right?
Yeah.
And it had that. It had these windows all around the bedroom.
Yeah.
So you had this incredible panoramic view, and the view was insane. Like, you had a full view of the skyline, of the second tallest building in the world, of the biggest landmark in the city in Kuala Lumpur, which is then like, what's the tower called in Toronto? It's the N Tower, is it?
Yeah.
The famous one, and it just didn't look like that. I had this amazing view of just skyline, and then I had a bath where I had like an egg-shaped bath where I had this amazing view of the skyline. The bath came with a bath bomb. Like, it was so fucking nice. It was so nice. So I really felt like two things. First of all, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Secondly, I was like, I can never stay in a cheap shitty hotel again. I have to ensure that I am making enough money to be able to not live, but be able to afford hotels like without even, right?
Yeah.
Without even having to like sort of cringe at the price and worry about it. I want to be in a position where I can live, travel, like, instead of having to shop foods like I used to because they're cheaper. I want to be able to be in a position where I can just book really sexy hotel rooms everywhere I go, travel in a more comfortable, high-end luxury way.
Yeah.
So it was a bit of an eye, but it feels like the perfect way to step me up and move into the corporate world, where I'm like, okay, if I really work my arse, this is what I could have, this life. So it really made me.
Wait, I missed the last piece of that. So like, you want to work hard enough at your corporate job to make enough to live like this.
Yeah, I said, well, if I work hard enough, that's the way I will be able to. If I take the right path, that's where it's going to take. And so it was real motivation to get me to that point.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that. And it's like something else to remember too is I think that way too, where I experience this luxury and I was like, oh, well, I want to live this life like in the future and blah, blah, blah. And then I realized, but I'm living this life right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, don't forget, you're also, oh yeah, like I want to work hard enough where I can like have this life you're living this right now.
Oh, no, don't get me wrong. Like, every single moment on this trip was extremely great.
Yeah.
Trying to be present in the moment, like, wow. Fully acknowledge the whole trip. But I think the universe or whatever happened there, putting me into that position where I was in that hotel room and experiencing that, I'm so grateful that I've got this right now. Is
Yeah.
this the whole thing about the phrase that I had a couple of months ago? I'm so grateful now, but I'm like
Yes.
more incredibly lucky now to be able to travel the way that I do now.
Yeah. It's incredible, honestly. Like, I think this trip was really necessary for you. And I feel like it's a celebration of the end of a chapter and the beginning of a new chapter for you, where you're starting a new job, you're in a new situation, like, and you literally since the beginning of this podcast, you've been like, the big thing has been your career and like where you've been going, and it feels like a new chapter. You're starting a new job on Monday, and it's really exciting. It's really exciting to have this like fresh thing, and you like went on this trip to celebrate this amazing thing, and I'm really excited for you. This is super exciting. This has been the main theme. It's funny because my mom listens to our podcast, and she obviously we're a couple weeks ahead. And my mom would ask me, she's like, so what is Josh doing for his career? Did he end up becoming a teacher or a pilot or whatever? And it's so cool to tell her, like, no, he actually got a job, that like he got a new job and he's super excited. And it is highly motivating, I think. Like this, like the luxury travel and the luxury lifestyle, it's highly motivating. And I think since this like shift in your energy a couple weeks back with the stopping to scroll and the moving your body, like it changed everything. And now like showing up as that person, it's really cool to see like the shifts that have been made. And you're also like coming into your peak season, like you are always thriving in the heat in the summer. So we're like getting into it.
Yeah, it's the perfect time to be building up that. It does cross my mind, like, what's going to happen when the winter comes. I might fall off again because I do have this pattern here where I come out of hibernation, like, right, I just motivation. I make real change, but then it gets to gets to the winter, gets to the darker, colder months, and I go back to my hotel. Suddenly I lose all of that progress, and then I have to start springs going. And I think I do have a bit of a contingency in place. We've spoken about that. Yeah. About going abroad, not necessarily living, but just going for a couple of weeks for somewhere nice, hot, sunny. So you have your
Yeah.
it was actually my dad who suggested that.
No, I think so. I think, and like also maybe we should pre-book that trip, like pre-book the vacation and the time, because when you get to that point, you're like, oh, I don't want to plan it, I don't want to do it, but like you have that thing to look forward to, or at least that's me. If I have that thing to look forward to, I know it's way better.
Yeah.
But yeah, just having that plan in place to make sure, like I'm totally on the same boat. Like I don't do well in the cold, and I like basically skipped I haven't dealt with winter in a couple of years, but I skipped winter this year. And when I went to go do winter, I like got to actively choose it. I'm like, oh, I want to actively go do this so I can snowboard. I don't want to, like I wasn't forced into winter, and I really only experienced winter for what, 2-3 weeks this year. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was like,
It's a way to do it. Good idea. How can you have sleep? You've got that fixed. That's what causes it, right? The lack of gun, lack of vitamin D. So that's how. So I have ideas in place. I was just thinking, maybe I say this every year, but I do think I'm more mentally strong at the moment. I'm getting older. 29 is. I'm at a point where I should be mentally maturing, not necessarily having much as I do every year. So yeah, I think I'm in a good place. I think right there. It was interesting you mentioned scrolling just then, because I'm not scrolling.
yeah,
Not much. Like I catch my,
Yeah.
I'll scroll a couple of reels and be like, no. All right, so I think I'm in a good place with that. But re-downloading Instagram has been an interest, because I re-downloaded it for like my personal, that I could go off my trip, right? I wanted to be able to get it all the time. People telling me, oh, I love you. All the fucking time. People saying, I love your travels, where are you at? So I thought it'd be nice to document, not just for other people, myself as well, because you can look back on your posts, stories. And it's caused me a lot of stress. Like, I have taken some amazing videos, amazing photos of the last 4 weeks, and every day deciding which ones to post and which ones are going to get the most engagement. Actually caused me a lot of unnecessary kind of anxiety being interested.
Yeah.
Because I thought scrolling is the only thing that's detrimental about social media. But actually, in reality, it's not just that. And we've spoken about this with you before, about what you post, how that impacts you, the thought process that goes behind. But yeah, like if one of my stories doesn't get engagement, like dressing about it, like right again, less, even though it's just a personal account, I'm not building a personal account.
Yeah.
But I want people to think I'm living a really cool life. And I get that. Last few weeks, I've had people responding to my stories. What do you read? This looks incredible. I've had most of the people up to you help me plan my trip, give me advice on my trip. Hey, you messaged me a couple of days. Please tell me where I can go later.
Yeah.
And that's what I want. That's the outcome I want. But then why am I facing that significant? Why is it causing so much stress and anxiety? Is quite interesting, and has made me think, am I just better off deleting my Instagram? Why do I need to know? Because that's all it is. That's the only reason I have Instagram.
Yeah. And also for our podcast Instagram, which by the way, get back on that.
No, I think the problem with that is that I've been away without my laptop, and so it's been almost impossible to edit things. I did try in my first few days, because we'd had that conversation just a few days before I left, about I did try accessing the links to the files and everything for the video, and it just wouldn't work on my phone.
Yeah.
I do have a bunch of content edited on my laptop. I have all the videos downloaded on my laptop. I just act on my laptop. So give
It's
it a
all
few
good.
more days and I'll be
It's
ready.
the same thing as new chapter, also new chapter for this business as well. I
Yes.
think we're coming up almost on a year of recording. I think we started recording in
Must be
July.
more. Or is it July? I thought it was before that. Maybe end.
I can go
Perhaps.
back and see because I think it was July we started recording. But we're just about hitting a year. And we skipped a couple of weeks, not too many, but because I think this is going to be like episode 30 something, but
We've had here and there. But as I say, before this break, I don't think we've ever been more than
2
weeks away.
weeks. Yeah. And I think
Like
we
we've never.
were 10 weeks ahead. So now we
Yeah.
must be like seven weeks ahead or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
let's actually find that out. See when we start recording.
Yeah. Let me make a
And
note of that. I'll
we
find out.
can have a little
We'll have a
year.
party.
Yeah. And we're gonna be together in a few weeks. So
I know. I'm so excited.
yeah.
I'm so excited. Like for the listeners, I'm going to visit Josh early the first weekend of July. I'm going to celebrate the 4th of July in London, which is like the least American thing ever. Maybe we should reenact like the American Revolution.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, maybe not.
That's so funny. Like
I think we have enough war going on at the moment. You can probably
we
avoid
should
that.
no, we should totally do it in a funny way. You'll pretend to be the king and I'll be like a founding father and we'll just it'll be
Yeah,
like Hamilton.
actually, we could just reenact.
We could
The
do that.
king in
Yes.
Hamilton is my favorite scene in the whole of Hamilton.
Me
It is
too.
the first time I saw it, I was crying.
Oh yeah, big time. I love the King in Hamilton. I'm obsessed. Yeah, so we're gonna be together first week of July. I'm so excited. We're gonna do well. Okay, also keep your eyes out for that ticket for Rufus. Rufus. Okay, cool. Rufus to Seoul, and then literally gonna go straight to freaking Wimbledon that night, which is gonna run. Literally, that weekend's gonna be insane. I'm so excited. So, yeah, I'm really excited to see you because we haven't seen each other in person since March. And then also, if you're traveling about this summer, let me know. If I'm traveling about, I'll let you know.
I will. After this, one of my goals is to read different countries after the trip. So I need to go on a couple more trips to new countries. So we'll make the summer of it.
Yeah, we'll make a summer of it for sure. I'm so excited. It should be really fun. I haven't seen you in so long. I'm excited to meet Savita. I'm excited to just hang. Like, it's going to be good fun.
There's
Oh.
And it's literally only a few weeks. Like
I know.
It's brief.
It's literally a month from July 4th is a month from today because we're June 4th right now.
Yeah. Wow. How are you? How have you been the last time?
Crazy. So when I talked to you last, I was in Savannah. So the whole month of May, I was so it's about like halfway through my month. So the whole month of May, I was just with friends, family, inner circle loved ones, which was a really nice change from like March and April, where I spent like a majority of those months by myself. Like I spent a majority of those times alone, which I did enjoy, but realizing that community was important to me and going and spending more time with loved ones was really important. Especially, it was a really nice send-off for this next chapter. Like in the same way that you're in a new chapter, I'm in a new chapter too. Like just moving to Paris. It's been a week now. Like I've been in Paris for a week and it was really nice. There's obviously, after Savannah, I went to Athens, Georgia, and there was I don't know how much I'm gonna say here, but there was a lot of drama. Like I'm gonna tell you in a voice message because that's a whole ass thing, but there was a lot of like drama and tension with my family. Like I'm very close to my dad's side of the family and I'm not very close to my mom. Like not close to my mom's side at all. Like I don't even have some of my cousins' phone numbers. Like I don't wish them happy birthday, like vice versa. So it's like it was my dad's side of the family for a family wedding and there was like tension and drama, and at the same time it was also really nice to connect with everybody, and there was like two extremes in that week, like, I didn't have any of the drama myself, and I was so stressed out about drama between other family members, even though I wasn't involved in any of it, and it was something that I was, like, actively working on with my therapist being like, "Okay, if I'm going into this, like, focusing on my interactions with people and, like, my relationship with people and not their relationship to each other," and it was still difficult because there was underlying tension and drama, like, that whole week, but it just got there ended up being a blow up, but it wasn't in the way I expected, and it wasn't towards the family. I had to tell you in a voice message. It's like a whole thing. But basically just know that there was, like, family drama and tension, and that happens with family weddings. Like, it always brings out the best in people, it brings out the worst in people, and it was really lovely to spend time with my family and feel so connected to them, and but then also just watching that drama and tension was also, like, really stressful. Yeah. I'm so sorry to hear about your grandfather. That's really upsetting, and also just yeah, that whole situation's very upsetting, but weddings and deaths bring out a lot of it shows people's really, like, their true colors. It shows people's true colors, and it's really challenging to be put through it. But yeah, it's yeah, so family drama is real, and it's real, and it's there, but, like, I wasn't involved, I was just observing and feeling stressed about it, really. And in the end, it, like, didn't really matter because it's, like, it's not my responsibility and it's not my drama, so, like, why am I stressed out about it? I can't control it, so it's just let it go, and that was interesting, and then I got to Paris a week ago, and since being here, my physical health is other than the sleep, which I have not been sleeping well, I have not slept well in a week. It's just, like, the room is too quiet or it's, like, hot or it's like I've been going to sleep late and waking up, like, not early, but earlier. Like, I just haven't been sleeping well in the last week. I'm very tired. But other than that, my physical health has been great. Like, I've been working out. Like, I went to the gym. We have a gym in the building. So I went to the gym like twice, but I've been honestly, I was on the phone with my mom yesterday and I haven't talked to her since I've been here. And she's like, "What's your favorite part about being there?" And I said, "The walking. I have been walking like crazy because it doesn't get dark here till 10 and I get off work at 6 or 7. So I've just been going on 2, 3 hour walks. On Saturday, I walked almost the equivalent of a marathon. Like it was 6 miles short of a marathon. So yeah, like I know. Like I have injuries. My feet are killing me. Like every single pair of shoes, I have blisters in different spots, and my feet are covered in band-aid. I'm limping right now from the like blisters, how bad they hurt. And it was funny because I was talking to one of my housemates, and she's like, "You should probably take like a break. You should probably just take a rest day." And I'm like, I just love it. It's my favorite thing to just wander around the city. And it's been feeling really good to move that way, and also just, like, eating-wise, I've been, like, eating to live, not living to eat. I've just been, like, eating to get nourishment in my body, which is funny because I'm living in Paris, and I haven't really been, like, partaking in any of the the amazing French food yet, so yeah. But one of my housemates is, like, a chef, and he, like, trained at Le Cordon Bleu and has been making dinner for everybody. Oh my god, we had to talk about that too. But, yeah, physical health has been good minus the sleep. The physical environment, I'm obsessed. I'm so happy living in Paris right now. Like, I love this city. I feel at home because I've lived here before, so I don't really feel any pressure to like go do the touristy shit. Like, I don't feel any pressure to go do that. I can just do what I want, but I like love being here and I'm living in a community living space, so it's like a house with 30 bedrooms and it's a house with 30 bedrooms and I think there are only like 18 filled right now, but because I was alone for so long and I realized in that time that community is really important to me, I figured, okay, when I live in Paris, let's prioritize community and see what that's. And so far, I love it. So far, it's been so nice. Oh my God, I didn't message you about this, but I'm gonna talk about it now. I was me. I'm always the one who was like, oh, I'm going doing this. If anyone wants to come, the more the merrier. I'm always the one to invite everybody out. And last week I was walking around and I was like, "Oh, man, I'm feeling like I'm walking around all these beautiful cafes and all these people are out, like, having their drinks and, like, hanging out with their friends or family or whatever." And I'm like, "Oh, I feel like FOMO. Like, I wish I was out in a cafe, like, hanging out with people." And literally that next day, one of my housemates was like, hey, we're going to a bar tonight, like if you want to come. And we like went to our like neighborhood bar like with my housemates, and it was just felt really nice to be invited because I'm typically the one inviting people, but it felt really nice to be invited. And I'll come downstairs and one of my housemates will be cooking dinner, and like it's just, oh yeah, I made a ton of extra. Like everyone's welcome to have food, and it's very much so community centric here in this house, which is cool. And there are always people around, and it's really nice to be able to choose to have my alone time or choose to have my people time. Like you can go up to your room and hang out by yourself whenever, and there's no pressure. Like you say, oh, I'm going to sleep, good night. And everyone's like, okay, good night. If I want people time, I just go downstairs and people are like smoking cigarettes, or people are like in the kitchen or like hanging out in the garden. And it's just like really nice to have community, and everyone's around my age, and people are really like sweet and cool so far. So it's been really cool in that way. But the one thing I like was really beating myself up about it last night. And I was like, thank God I'm fucking talking to Josh tomorrow, because I was like having a spiral. I would have messaged you if I wasn't going to talk to you today. But I'm like, have not really practiced my French at all. And a big reason why I'm here is to practice my French. And I studied French for 10 years or something. And I lived here for a while. When I like left last time, I was semi-fluent, and it's a big reason why I'm here. And in the house, like they'll speak to you for the most part. Everyone's been speaking to me in English, and I think it's not be careful what you wish for, but I think I don't think I manifested it, but I was saying like people were speaking English to me, and I was like, oh man, like I almost wish people were speaking more French in the house, because I want immersion. Like I want to be able to speak the language and learn. And last night I was hanging out with a group of like a lot of people were at a music festival over the weekend, and people have come back this week, and a lot of people are hanging out around the house, but it's a lot of French speakers. So now it's like kind of half and half of people are speaking, but a lot of French. And last night I was hanging out with a group of people, and they started speaking French, and one of the guys looked at me and he's like, you need to be speaking French. You speak French, and like you're not even trying. And like I was exhausted. Like it was a long day. Like yesterday was a really long day. Today or 2 days ago was a long day. Yesterday was a long day, and I just wasn't really trying. And it was a big group, and I felt nervous and shy. And also they were just speaking so fast. Like I can understand like French, but they were all speaking to each other and speaking so fast I like could not keep up. And I tried a little bit last night, and it's like I know my accent's really bad, and then I went upstairs and I beat myself up about it for a while. It's like, why are you not trying? Like I feel so shy. Like it is truly, I've hit like like I feel like I wanted to push myself outside of my comfort zone, and I feel like I hit a comfort zone wall like a bucket. I feel like I hit me like a train. Oh shit, this is my comfort zone of being shy. And there is some, I don't want to say trauma, but it does stem from a lot of stuff. Like when I was in high school and came here for an exchange program, and knowing my French family, like they were making fun of me, and like to my face, like they were making fun of me to my face in French, and I understood what they were saying, but I was too shy to say anything back. And like that sparked so much anxiety and fear, and it's come through. And then like when last time I lived here, I didn't really feel that, but I think the immersion is, then the other part of me is like I'm telling myself, which is I'm probably what you would say to me anyway, is you're being really hard on yourself. You've literally been here for a fucking week. By the time I'm gonna leave, I'm sure I'll be speaking really good French. The other thing too is last time I lived here, I was here for 3 months or 3.5, and by the time I left, I was semi-fluent. And when I lived here that time, the house I was living in, we only spoke English, and at school we only spoke English. So, but by the time I left, I was still semi-fluent. And this time, I'm living in a house where people speak French, and when I go to the office, people are speaking French to me. So it's okay. It's like way more immersion this time. It's like a shorter period of time, but it's way more immersion. So I feel like I'm gonna pick it up faster. And I've only been here a week, and it's okay to be kinder to myself. And I'm like, okay, well, what else could I do to speed up this process, to actively work on it? Like I can actively every day do my best to try, and just try, fall on my face, be okay with it, make a fool of myself. And I have to be okay with that. Like I have to be okay with that. And then also, because I've been walking so much, right? Like I've been listening to music with English lyrics. I should definitely start listening to French music while I'm on these like walks, because it's like what, 2 to 3 hours of my day that I'm not like, that I'm listening to English people. And or like to the English language. So I was really beating myself up about it yesterday about like, why the fuck are you not trying? Like, how you're here to practice your French and you're not. Like, yeah. I think if I can go to bed every night with a feeling of satisfaction that I at least tried, it's okay to fall on my face. It's okay to get it wrong. And like, it is a confidence issue. But if I can go to sleep at night, like knowing, okay, well, today I tried and today I like did my best. Like I'll feel good about myself because I actually have to work on it. There's no way, like I'm a professional beginner, and I'm like not even a beginner. Like I'm a professional intermediate. It's not even like I'm learning the language like for the first time. I've studied it. So it's something I like want to be less hard on myself about, but it's challenging, and it's okay. Be kind to yourself and have grace, but also do fucking try it. Put in the effort, put in the work. So I think just switching to like French music during the day while I'm working. I think with my French, like housemates and my colleagues, like speak French, immerse myself. And I think I'm going to pick it up really quickly. I have to put myself on the other side of my comfort zone. Like I have to. Because that's the whole point of, yeah, absolutely. I think it's a great idea. It's something I was thinking about too, like on my walks during work, listening to French music. On my walks, French music or French podcasts. I haven't been listening to a ton of podcasts recently. It's been very much so music, and I've been very present in just walking and listening to music. But yeah, I think just like immersing myself with it, I think I'll pick it up quickly. It's a balance between having grace with myself and be patient with myself, but also trying. And it's something that want to work on, but I feel like a little insecure and a little shy about it. But the only way to do it is to fall on my face. And if I have to practice what I preach, like I preach this and I'm not doing it. It was funny because I had the CEO for my company was in town, and I like went to a work event the other day and went out for dinner with her, and she and her best friend were sitting next to me, and they were like, oh, do you understand any French? And then I was like, and I spewed out my French, like I started speaking in French, and the CEO was like, what? She's Sasha. You've been with this what? I didn't know you spoke French this well. So that felt really good to me. It's like my French is way better than I give it credit for. Like I understand a lot. Like my vocabulary's there. It's just like I just had to fucking practice. And like people are willing to help. I feel like judge. And I think last night, like having someone call me out for it was like not off-putting. It's what I needed to hear, but it was like, yeah, but it made me feel judged a little, and I think that made it a little harder. That guy was so blunt, and not even just in that way. Like, literally, I met him yesterday, and he sent me, like, the first night I met him, he sent me a ridiculously forward text about his attraction to me. And then yesterday, like, same guy, literally, like, as soon as we were alone, one of the first things he said to me, he was like, so you can come to my room anytime. I was like, what? Like, we just met yesterday. Hello? Like, what? I was like, that's so forward. I was like, you took all of granted, I'm not like, that's something else to chat about. I know we have to go soon, but I haven't pursued any romantic interests physically in over a month at this point. So since like end of April. So it's been like a little over a month, and honestly, it's been really nice. Like I haven't really had it's been nice to take a break. Like obviously there have been flirtationships that we've discussed, but I've been taking a break from guys in general, and it feels really good. And even here, I'm just like, obviously one of my housemates like hit on me very quickly, and I was like I'm chilling. I'm like, I'm not trying to get into any, sure, will I pick up a French lover? Maybe. Will I pick up multiple French lovers? Maybe, but I don't know if I want to do that in the house. Yeah, right. And if I do it in the house, it's gonna be down the line later in the summer. But I can't. I'm just starting out. I told him last night, like, I haven't met everyone in the house yet. Chill out. Yeah, it's been nice to take a break from guys and to just focus on myself, and it's been feeling really good. It's been feeling really good. So, yeah, just like just like focus on the language. I'm so happy. Like, I really love being here, and I feel very happy, but also challenged in the right way. I'm going on Saturday. Yeah, I had my ticket before I had my flight. So I have grounds tickets. So I'm going to be able to see the junior final, the wheelchair final. And there's also like big screens playing like the regular match or like the final match. But I'm just there to see great tennis. I don't care. And it's a dream come true, like to be able to do this and then for us to go to Wimbledon. Like truly, I'm so excited. Yeah, go to every. I don't think I'm going to be able to hit the US Open this year because I was hoping to be able to do all 4 slams in 1 year, but I've been to the US Open every year since I was a kid. So I'm like, I'm okay if I missed one. And you never know. It's so nice to catch up, okay? All right, y'all. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you guys next week on Mastermind Moments. Bye.
We hope you enjoyed this episode.
Don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, and follow along on social media.
If you would like us to help you mastermind something in your life, please send us a message.
We'll see you next week on the Mastermind Moments podcast.